Hi everybody, in this video, let's look at indices problem and how do we use our calculator to help us to check the answer for this type of question. Now let's look at first part, simplify the following. Let me copy the question first. To do the simplification here, we are going to use these rules. I hope that you still remember. If let's say you have a to the power of p times a to the power of q, since they have the same basis, which is equal to a, so this is actually equal to a raised to the power of p plus q. Okay, so if we have a power p divided by a power q, we can simplify this as a raised to the power of p minus q. I'm going to use these rules to help us to do the simplification here. But you will notice that this is 9, this is 3, this is 27, right? So our job is to try to change them become the same base. So here I'm going to change them become base 3. Always remember, you can change the way of writing it, but you cannot change its value. So the 9, I change the way of writing the 9. It is actually equal to 3 power 2, right? 3 power 2 is actually equal to 9. So cube root is actually equal to power 1 over 3, right? Now, here you see that you see a parenthesis here. This means that every term here, so 3, p power 3, q power negative 6, all raised to the power of negative 3, all raised to the power of 1 over 3. So I am going to bring the 1 over 3 inside here. So if you worry that you will make mistake, you can write this down. You don't see any power here, it means that 1. Okay, 1 over 3. 3 times 1 over 3. Q power negative 6 times 1 over 3. If you don't want to write this step, it's okay. You can just calculate mentally and directly go to the answer. So 27, remember, you can change the way of writing this 27, but you cannot change its value. 27 is actually equal to 3 power 3, right? Okay, so 1 over 3. So this p, you notice that here you don't have any parentheses here. So the power negative 2 is only for q. So if you are not really sure how to get this, if you cannot get it mentally, right, you can actually use your calculator to help you. Let's say 9. You just key in 9 first, press equal. Then we can use a prime factorization function to help us to do this part. Shift prime factorization. 3 equal to 2. 3 raised to the power of 2. How about 27? Do the same thing. Equal, shift, then prime factorization. 3 power 3. Okay, now let me proceed. 2 times 1 over 3 is actually equal to 3 raised to the power of 2 over 3. How about this? 3 power 1 over 3. 3 times 1 over 3 is actually equal to 1. You don't have to write 1. Negative 6 times 1 over 3, you will get negative 2. Okay, here we do the same thing. 3 times 1 over 3, you get 1. 3 power 1, you don't have to write 1. Okay, so now I'm going to use these two rules to help me to do the simplification here. Focus on this term. Now I'm going to combine them. I'm going to simplify this part first by writing 1, 3 only. 2 over 3. Multiply, so it will be plus. Divide, it will be minus 1. Okay, now let me go to p. P power 1. Divide, I'm going to use this, which is equal to minus power 1. Okay, Now, let me go to the last term, which is, let me go to the Q part. Okay. Minus, divide, right? Minus negative 2. Now, what happened here? So just press your calculator, 2 over 3 plus 1 over 3 minus 1. This is actually equal to 0. This will give you 0 as well. Here, we also get 0. So 3 to the power of 0 is equal to 1, right? P power of 0 equal to 1. Q power of 0 all equal to 1. Therefore, the answer for here will be equal to 1. So let's say if you want to check, is it really equal to 1, this one? What you can do is just key in this whole thing exactly into your calculator. Let me show you here. Cube root, okay, printed in yellow color, so press the shift first. Okay, 9. Multiply, put a parenthesis, 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to replace the P by using X, replace the Q by using Y. Okay, 3P, 3X, raised to the power of 3, Y. I'm going to use this, which is printed in yellow color. Sorry, not yellow color, red color. Therefore, I need to press alpha first, then followed by this. Negative 6. Okay. Raised to the power of 1 over 3. So this calculator is very easy for you to key in like complicated expression, because it's just what you see here, you just key in directly into a calculator and it looks the same, right? So very easy for you to key in. Divided by 27 power 1 over 3. Okay, P is equal to X and Q is equal to Y. Power negative 2. Oh, this is not correct. Power. Okay, make sure we key in all correctly. That means double check. Okay, here, let's say you don't want to put multiplication sign. It's okay. You can just delete it if you don't want. Now, I'm going to ask my calculator to calculate this by giving some value of X and Y. If we simplify this, we get 1. It means that it can be, P and Q can be any value. But there's an exception. I will show you later. Now, calculate. And the calculator will ask us what is the value of X. Okay, I just simply use maybe 2. How about Y? Okay, maybe 8 equal. It's equal to 1, right? Let me use other numbers. Calculate again. Let me this time use negative number, negative 9. Okay, negative. How about I use decimal 0.5, for example? You will still get 1. This means that we do the simplification correctly. This is equal to 1. But just now I told you that there is an exception, right? There is a value that you cannot use here. If you use 0, you see what happened. Let's say X equals 0. Okay, why you use other number, for example 1, you get math error. Okay, this is because you have a divide here. Just now I said the X equal to 0, right? Means that P equals 0. Because if, okay, let me explain it this way. This divided by this. Okay, so if this P becomes 0, the denominator will become 0 here. So the denominator of a fraction cannot be 0, right? 0 divided by 3, no problem, you get 0. But 3 divided by 0, you will have a problem. This is undefined. Right? Therefore, you cannot set the value of P becomes 0. Same thing, if you set the Q becomes 0 here, you also get math error. Let's try. calculate. Okay, this time P I let it be 7. 7 is okay. So Y Q I let it be 0. You get math error. So other than this 0, other value can be used. Let me try again. Let's say 0.325. Okay, oh, sorry. 0.325. Y? Okay, negative 1.529. You will still get 1, right? Okay, we do the simplification correctly here. Let me go to the second part. Okay, let's try part B. Now you have a parenthesis here, right? So this means that's 3 over 2 raised to the power of 2, x raised to the power of 2. Now, for this part, for here, I will just copy first. The 2 bring inside here. 3 power 2, you will get 9. 2 power 2, you will get 4. X power 2. Okay, divide. These two you multiply together, you will get negative 1. Okay. So maybe if you feel that you want to directly go for the answer will make you a little bit hard or confused, let me do this two part first. Now this two part. So this all multiply, right? So I can just take 1 over 3 multiplied by 3, 9 over 4 first. If you want to rearrange it, you can do it this way. Okay. X squared. Okay, so this is multiplied side, right? Then it will become plus. Okay, copy the y power 3. Then copy divided by y power negative 1. Divided by 3, divided by 3. So this will give you 3 over 4. So x power 4, y power 3 divided by y power negative 1. Now I'm going to do this two part. 3 divide will be minus negative 1. So when you have a negative number, you need to be more careful. X power 4, 3 minus negative 1, it will become plus 1. Eventually, it will become 4. Okay, so 3 over 4 times x power 4, y power 4. Now, in this question, if you want to check is this answer correct or not, you can do it this way. If this is equal to this, right, this means that this divided by this will always give you 1 because they are equal. Or this minus this will give you 0, right? So in this part, I'm going to show you, I will use division to show you whether our answer or how to check our answer, whether correct or not correct. I will use division. So first, let me get a template for a fraction. I key in this on the top and this at the bottom here. So I want to set, I'm going to bring in some value to test whether they are equal to 1. Take this one divided by this one. If always equal to 1, this means that this is actually equal to this. Our answer is correct. Okay, 1 over 3. X power 3. Y power 3 as well. Okay, time another fraction 3 over 2. I think, oh sorry, 3 over 2. This one key in, I think it should be no problem, right? So since it looks quite complicated, when you key in, you need to be more careful. Okay, this is y. Power 1 over 2. Okay, now let's key in this one. This will be easier. 3 over 4. X power 4. Y. Y power 4 also. Okay, let's double check whether we key in all correctly. Oh, this is not correct. This is power 2. Let me change it. Okay, now all key in correctly. I'm going to bring in some value for x and y, but not a 0 because I already explained to you, right? Because this is denominator cannot be 0. Calculate. X, maybe we set 4, for example. You can use other values. 7 for y equal to 1. This means that this is actually equal to this. We did it correctly. How about, is this just a coincidence? Let's try other values. Negative, set the value of x, negative 8, for example. And y, okay, let's try decimal, 0.123. Is this equal to 1? So this means that we did it correctly. Okay, this is the way how do we use our calculator to check the answer for this type of question. Now, let's try some other questions. Let's look at part A. We want to solve the following questions without using a calculator. So it means that we want to show our step clearly. So, but if you want to check the answer, you also can key in this all thing inside your calculator. Okay, let me show you how to key in it. Cube root, right? Printed in yellow color. Press shift first. Okay, 6. Then time 18 raised to power of 2 over 3. And then divided by cube root again, 1 over 81. Okay, so we know that our answer should be 54. Okay, now without using a calculator, we cannot directly go write 54 here. We want to show our step clearly. So same thing, our purpose is to try to change their bases. This 6, 18, and 1 over 81 become the same, so that we can use the rules that I told you just now to help us to do the simplification. In this situation, the prime factorization function of this calculator comes in handy to help us to break this number to prime number. Let me show you how to do it. Key in 6 first, equal, shift, then do the prime factorization, 2 times 3. So remember, you can change the way of writing it, but you cannot change its value. 6, I write 2 times 3. And then root, this is cube root, it means that power 1 over 3 times, how about 18? Just key in 18, equal, let's do the prime factorization, 2 times 3 power 2. Okay, 2 times 3 power 2. 2 over 3, just copy. Okay. Here, this is 1 over 81. Let me do the 81, do the prime factorization. It's actually 3 power 4, right? Okay, so this is 1 over 3 power 4. Cube root, it means that power 1 over 3. Now, I'm going to bring in all the power 1 over 3 go in here, it becomes 2 power 1 over 3, 3 power 1 over 3, 2 power 2 over 3, 3 power 4 over 3. Okay, this one, let me change this part first. It becomes 3 power negative 4. I hope that you still remember this. 1 over 3. Okay, let me write again. This is 1 over 3. Now, let me do this part first. 1 over 3. Multiply, it will be plus 2 over 3. 3 power 1 over 3. Multiply, it will be plus 4 over 3. This one, let me copy first. Negative 4 times 1 over 3, it will become negative 4 over 3. Okay, so this will be 2 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3 is equal to 1. You don't have to write 1. 1 plus 4, you will get 5 over 3. Okay, copy this one first. Actually, here you can do it faster, but because I want to show you clearer, I write a longer step. Divide minus, right? Okay, but you have to be careful because I have a negative number here. Okay, 5 over 3, negative become positive, right? So plus 4 over 3, which is equal to 9 over 3. Simplify, you get 3. Okay. 3 power 3 is actually equal to 27. So 2 times 27, you will get 54. Yes, our answer correct. Now, let's go to part B. Okay, so this one, if you want, you can just key in all this into a calculator and press equal. Check the answer first. Now, I think that one you should be no problem, right? Okay, so our goal is try to change this to same base, then we can use the rules that I told you just now to help us to do the simplification. Let me key in 50 equal. Let's do the prime factorization. 2 times 5 power 2. 2 times 5 power 2. Okay, so this cube root, it means that power 1 over 3. For this one, I think you don't have to use the calculator, right? It's quite easy. 4 is actually 2 power 2. Power, this is cube root, power 1 over 3. Divided by, so this, I'm going to change it to 6 to 5, power negative first. And cube root, change it to power 1 over 3. Okay, bring in the power 1 over 3 here. It becomes 2 power 1 over 3. 5 power 2 over 3. 2 power 2 over 3. Okay, divided by, now 6 to 5, I'm going to press our calculator, is actually equal to 5 power 4, right? Let me check. 5 power 4. Okay, I'm going to change the 6 to 5 become 5 power 4. And I have a power negative 1 over here. Or if you don't want, you can just take this one times this one. Okay, let me write this one first. Okay, 6 to 5 is equal to 5 power 4. Negative 1, I just copy. And this power, I also copy. Okay, now 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3, because multiply here. So this one, let me copy first. Divided by, this is 5. 4 times negative 1, you will get negative 4. And times 1 over 3, you will get negative 4 over 3. Okay. So this is again 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3 will give you 1. You don't have to write 1. So how about this? When you see a negative number, you need to be more careful. Divide, negative, minus. But you have another negative here. So eventually, negative will actually give you positive. Two over 3 plus 4 over 3, you will get 6 over 3, which is equal to 2. So 2 times 5 power 2 will give you 25. So it's actually equal to 50. Okay, this is our answer. Now, let's look at some other types of question. Let me copy first. 16 to power n. Okay, to solve these questions, our purpose, our goal is try to change the left-hand side and the right-hand side having the same base. And then we compare these two parts. Okay, let me show you how do we do that. So 2, you can write 2. If you don't want, you can just bring the 2 over here, become divide, right? So 16 again, if you're not sure how do we change this, you can just press your calculator, key in 16 first, then do the prime factorization, which is equal to 2 power 4, right? Okay, 2 power 4. And this one, let me copy. Okay, so 8 divided by 2, this is multiply, bring it over here, become divide. Do some expansion over here. 8 divided by 2 is actually equal to 4. Okay, it becomes simpler right now. So I think you should be able to know how to continue doing it. So 4 is actually equal to 2 power 2. This is what I mean just now. Now since they have the same base, 2 here, 2 over here, this means that these two are equal, right? It means that this is equal to this. By comparing their indices, we know that 8m plus 4 is equal to 2. This is just simple linear equation. 2 minus 4. So this is negative 2. So m is equal to negative 2 divided by 8. M is equal to negative 1 over 4. This is our answer. So let's say if you want to check, you can plug in this whole thing inside here and press your calculator. It should be equal to 8. If it's not equal to 8, that means our answer is not correct. This is one way of checking our answer. Another way is to ask our calculator to help us to solve this equation. So just key in this whole thing inside our calculator. 16 power 2m. Okay, I just use x, easier. Equal 8. Okay, shift solve. You can guess a value. If let's say if you don't want to guess, you can just press equal and wait for it. It's negative 0.25, which is equal to negative 1 over 4. It's the same thing. This is decimal, this is a fraction. Okay, they have the same value. This is a way how do we check our answer using our calculator. But sometimes you might have some problem. Let's try this one. This look a little bit complicated, right? So first, I show you how do we get the answer without using calculator first, and then how do we use our calculator to check the answer. So the goal is the same. We try to do this and compare their power. Let me copy the answer, copy the question first. Okay, so if you use your calculator, let's say 64, you use a prime factorization method function, you get 2 power 6. You can change this all to base 2, but if you don't want, you can just change it to base 4, right? Because this is actually 4 power 3. This is actually 4 power 2. It's totally up to you. You want to change to base 2, 2 power something, or 4 power something, it's okay. Both will give you the same answer. So here I'm going to just write 4. I don't want to change this because I know that this 2 can change it to base 4 raised to power something. This is 4 power 3. Not sure, just press your calculator. 4 power 3. Yes, 64. Remember, you can change the way of writing it, but you cannot change this value. So this is 4 power 2. 1 over 2, I will just copy. Okay. Now, I have a power negative 3 outside. This, you can plus their power together, x plus 1 plus 3. Okay. Now this, simplify it, you get 4 power 1, and that's negative 3, 4 power negative 3. Now, so this is x plus 4, right? Divide minus negative 3. Negative negative become positive, it become plus 7. Okay, compare their indices. 2x is equal to x plus 7. So move the x over here, it become 2x minus x is equal to 7. X is equal to 7. Okay, so same thing, one way of checking that our answer is key in x here. and get the answer, and key in x here and get the answer. Compare both sides. It should be equal to each other. Left hand side equal to right hand side if our answer is correct. Another way is key in this whole thing into our calculator and ask our calculator to help us check the answer, solve for it. But this one, you might face some problem here because it's quite complicated. Let me key in all this thing into our calculator first, see what happened, and when we ask our calculator to solve for us. 4 power 2x equal, okay, you cannot press this equal, you have to use this equal, which is printed in red color. Okay, here quite complicated. 4 power x plus 1 and times 64 and then, okay, let me wait for a while. Okay, let me key in again. 4 power 2x equal 4 power x plus 1 times 64 and then parentheses 16 power 1 over 2, okay, power negative 3. Now I'm going to ask our calculator to help me to check the answer, solve for us. Shift solve. Okay, so this x, the value of x that the calculator asks you to guess, is a critical part for this part. Okay, let's say you just simply key in 0 for example. You see what happened. You press equal again. Now the screen of your calculator become blank. Don't worry, now your calculator is working hard to figure out the answer. Okay, this is not the answer, because when you see left minus right is not equal to 0, this is not an accurate answer. Okay, now let's give our calculator a hand by keying a value quite near to our answer and ask the calculator to solve it again. Calculate. Sorry, not calculate. Solve. Okay, now let's say I key in, I guess answer may be 10 for example. I just simply guess. Let's press equal and let our calculator to solve it again. Now we got the answer correctly. Make sure that the left minus right is equal to 0. If left minus right is equal to 0, this means that our answer is accurate. That's all for this video. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. If you want to purchase this calculator online, but you worry that you will mispurchase a counterfeit product, you can just go to Shopee and purchase from Casio office store. Before this, I bought my calculator here as well. I already bought 2 calculators from this Casio office store. Both are authentic products. There are 3 colors available now: black, blue, and pink. You can click on the link in the descriptions or just go to Shopee, search for Casio office store. In the search bar, just type Casio office store. Click on it. This is Casio office store. So if you purchase your calculator here, you don't have to worry about the authenticity of the product. Just click on it. You can type the model of the calculator that you want to purchase here, or just go down here, click on scientific calculator. As I told you just now, for this model, there are 3 colors available now: black, blue, and pink. You will notice that there's another model of calculator which look very similar to FX570EX, which is FX991EX. These 2 calculators actually having the same functionality. What is the difference is, for FX991EX, this is two-way power calculator, means that you can use solar energy or battery. There are 3 colors available also for this model: black, blue, and pink. Let me show you some other differences between these 2 calculators. For FX570EX, this is one-way power you only can use battery. The battery used is AAA battery. If you want to replace the battery, you need to take out 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For FX991EX, this is two-way power calculator. You can use solar energy or battery. If you want to change or replace the battery, you just need to take out 1 screw. The battery used in this calculator is button cell battery, LR44. Okay, that's all for this video. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.